Hello and welcome to Five Things Friday UK edition with my fabulous co-host Simone. Okay, thank you for joining us on this fast-paced 15 minutes or less, hopefully. And we're going to potentially go over, but it's value to you and your ears, all the viewers who are listening. And just coincidentally, Simone, last week's episode that we filmed and got out on the same day was actually one of the highest trending episodes since we started this little project together. So, oh gosh, I'm giving the secrets away. We're starting with you and M&S.
M&S launches Resale on eBay. What I liked is it's not in like a clearance last season dusty stockroom kind of way. It's really curated. They're launching a resale shop. It's pre-loved, curated, and resold to give their clothes a second life. I think it's really smart as it taps into a huge secondhand market without pretending to be Depop. Obviously, it hits sustainability goals in a very public and practical way. And to me, it brings in, and it really is targeting a new shopper cohort. You know, it's resale savvy, values led, and I think probably quite Gen Z-ish. But yeah, really smart. Look, we know the resale economy is booming. And yeah, I'm also just a big fan of brands that partner with resale platforms instead of trying to launch their own kind of clunky version. I think it's a smart thing to do. So well done, M&S.
Yeah, no, I love it. I agree with you. A plug for the European Five Things Friday. Listen to that and we'll talk all about what happens with Amazon's resale program that is also this week. I think it's for 3 days, but let me jump straight into it. So we're going to focus on first one, consumer social media and demand signals. I know I always clap and pray to you as I go through. First up, the data picture. The UK Statistics Office delayed their July retail sales to today, Friday, the 5th of September, citing the need for extra quality checks. And that's really, really unusual, but it's important because sales data is one of the ways boards calibrate trading plans, their pricing and inventory. And the delay has sort of sharpened the debate about how well traditional monthly sales, historical POS data, snapshots capture what shoppers are actually doing. And as you and I have talked about so much, shoppers are shopping online. And so in the world of TikTok-driven discovery, flash promotions, viral campaigns, they have to account somehow for the high return rates and this new world that has sort of become social commerce. And analysts have been pointing to social commerce as the growing swing factor with the viral spikes, same day spikes. And then, as I said, it's a bit of a mess for them. So kudos to the statistician who's going to sit there with all the social media data to put it together. But they've delayed it to tomorrow. And so, well, let's see what comes out. Also, if you are, as we're saying, this isn't one of our things, but I'll talk about it anyway. We mentioned TikTok Shop. The way that TikTok is accepting advertising and ads on TikTok, they're changing in terms of more AI-powered capabilities. And the on-demand platform is called GMV Max. It is now the only supported campaign type for shop ads. The practical takeaway for your retail teams, if you're a marketeer or a CMO or an exec in that area, expect more automated optimization and make sure your attribution and returns accounting can keep up, because social commerce isn't just marketing anymore. And I think this is a really important part. It's part of the trading engine, but you probably know that, Mr. and Mrs. Retail, so you don't need me to tell you that. Moving swiftly on to the retail problem has a shrink problem. It has a theft problem. It is global. So I totally respect retailers trying to solve this criminality that is coming into their stores. Sainsbury's, unfortunately, got caught on the wrong side of this. They did have a press release here talking about their retail technology, the next that sort of starts live facial recognition trial in 2 stores in Sydenham in London, Oldfield Park in Bath for about 8 weeks. The supermarket says the images, and I'll just talk through it rather than going what they said, is basically you go in, they have a known database of people that shoplifted in their stores or a part of whatever the national database of bad actors, and it matches the two together. And there's been an outcry from civil privacy groups to the point where they've deleted it, as you can see here. And they I don't know if they're backtracking. It was a limited 8-week campaign anyway that they were going to see, but the civil liberty groups have sort of said, and I think if you live in London, especially in Ealing, there is a weird feeling when you're walking into Ealing Station and the police have this massive van with 500 cameras capturing, commuters going into work. So it's really topical. Whether it's right or wrong, I'll leave that to you to decide. It's not for me to tell you. And then here's something that I think in a world where cultural relevance is really important to brands, and brands think about how they adopt and how they are authentic in themselves, I have to respect Lush. Lush is very authentically true to what they talk about and how they stand up for different causes and groups. They shut 100 stores this week in solidarity with Gaza. As you can see, you can pop onto the Lush website and read about it there. I just think, forgetting this for 1 second, how do brands demonstrate authenticity? And I think Lush do a good job of that, and people should take note of what's going on there. Coming on to you for Charlotte Tilbury.
Yeah, so this weekend I was in John Lewis shopping for a new photo frame, and I could see a humongous queue in the beauty department. So I was like, right, I need to go and investigate. And it was Charlotte Tilbury. It was a full-on, as we just saw that, I guess a photo booth experience with the tagline, no filter, just a flawless match. And you can go in, sit inside, get your skin tone scanned, and then boom, free sample in your perfect shade. It was really effective. It was zero effort, high interaction, and instant gratification. And honestly, the queue was so big.
So you didn't fancy queuing?
No way. I didn't have like getting in that queue. But I do you know what? I always think, and it really had me thinking about Charlotte Tilbury. That is one of, we know beauty's booming and beauty's doing really, really well. But Charlotte Tilbury is one of the brands that just really gets it. They really understand that we've banged on about this with Space and Care a couple of weeks ago, that beauty needs to feel like entertainment, and they're making beauty experiential. I guess without it being intimidating as well.
Yeah.
I
think that's the biggest thing, intimidation.
It's like, whilst it might sound silly, like that can be actually quite confronting. Some people are really conscious about the skin.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I also just felt like it wasn't just like luxury for luxury's sake. It was like, yes, it felt like a bit of a TikTok moment, but then, yeah, I don't know. I thought it did really well, and the queue proved it. So.
I think it's such a personal thing. I did a project with Boots once, and we went into the stores, we listened to the customers, and listening to whether it's a young girl getting acne or a young boy, because now boys are buying makeup as well. So again, kudos to people who are taking proactive steps to have better skin. But this whole personalization thing in beauty, I think is a big thing. And I have to, I always want to credit. So this profile is with Edith, and it's called London Diaries, and she's on TikTok, and I'll put it in the show notes. So I think it's really good. Sticking with beauty for my final one, I've spoken about Sunny before. Her profile is See You Sunny. So if you're in London looking for something to do, See You Sunny every week religiously, you'll get a whole plethora of freebies of things to do. There is a big beauty event at Covent Garden. It just feels like if you go to Covent Garden any weekend, there should be some form of freebie that you can pick up. But looking at all the brands here, it's a big beauty bash. And I think, if you're up for it, maybe you can get down there, Simone. I don't know if you're on the market for any new beauty products.
I'm always in the market for new beauty products. I will probably be going down there.
Okay, well, listen, we did it underneath 15 minutes. We did it in 10 minutes. Wow. So how's this? Oh, it's us, like, Yeah, and let me, in all to you, the listener who's giving us your ears, we missed out the introduction of who we are and what we do. I just thought, okay, that's what we do. Let me know. Do you prefer these fast-paced, keep it to 15 minutes, or do you like linger and dwell, where we sort of dwell and unpack things? A waffle, do you think? A waffle, I can waffle for King's sake. What have you got plans for next week?
Me, this weekend, I've just come back from a wedding this week. So this weekend, and I was the master of ceremony as well, big role.
Nice. I can imagine you're very good at that. Thank you.
So I'm chilling this weekend. Chilling. It's quite a little bit
And you got anything next week?
next week, other than
Any events or anything?
no, we've just come back from this morning. We've been at Lloyd's Bank doing a little popping up there.
Okay.
No,
So at the banks talk about founders and funding and all that stuff.
we were more actually. We had a spin the wheel, which was fun, where people scan our QR code, spin the wheel, and get a prize. We had our bike there with the shopping bags on. Just
Cool. What was that, a lift activation?
it was an IFT activation. Yeah,
In a bank.
in a bank. Well, it's meeting the customer where they already are, as I harp on about all the time on this podcast.
That's cool. Well, next week I'm talking, and it's a shameless plug. I'm kicking off the Rethink Productivity Forum. That's only for retailers. It's sold out, but there's a wait list. It's in Birmingham next Thursday. So if you're on the list, I look forward to seeing you there. If you're not, pop your name down. We might get to say hello. And on that bombshell, but thank you so much for joining us. Until next week, Simone.